Hi everyone, this is Dan Escalona and this is my website commentary video for my final project for multimedia journalism with Brian Johnson. Okay, so for this project I did somewhat of an analysis on the voting trends and, just political participation trends in general among young people, so mostly, the millennial generation, people the ages 18 to 29, and also, specifically college students, since, I thought as a college setting here at the University of Illinois, I thought that, and, the fact that the elections happened recently, I thought it was a good topic, it was a good topic to cover. It was timely, and I just thought that, it had a lot of relevancy to people, at in college-aged individuals. And I just thought it was, an interesting topic to cover since, politics is an issue that is important to a lot of young people. And, it's interesting to me that, a lot of them don't vote. And I was just kind of interested in finding out more about, political trends and voting trends among people in my age group. So with that, I want to talk a little bit about, how I set up the website and some of the content I chose to kind of illustrate this topic. So for the website, I really wanted to focus a lot on, graphically representing this stuff. So, there's a lot of statistics about this topic, and I just thought it would be interesting to use, graphs and different data sets to kind of visually illustrate that, since I thought, a good multimedia platform to illustrate these stuff is through, graphics and other graphs like that. So, for example, one thing I chose to use information, I personally sent out a survey to people that I knew, so I got around 60. Honestly, I wish I got more responses, but I did get enough. So, and from that, I asked various questions among, such as, did they vote? Why not? What issues matter to them? What party they identify with, and kind of what specific political ideology they identify with. So from that, I did various pie graphs to visually represent them, and then I also compared the results I got in the survey to, results from official data from different surveys and polls that are, much more official than mine. So that's how I did that. And then other ways I graphically represented and, numerically, statistically represented different stuff about young people were, I did different numbers that I found about just kind of certain qualities that distinguish the millennial generation from others. And I thought that was kind of an interesting thing that really gave a kind of introduction to what makes young people different than other generations. And so I thought that was an interesting part important part to kind of give extra background on why among young people, the people that I'm talking about in the project. So along with the other graphical stuff I did, I also had a page where I talked about the results from the election. So from that, I got various electoral maps about the House, Senate, and governor elections, and I got all of those maps using different Creative Commons pictures, and I thought those were good just to kind of add some more depth to the project, and I actually thought they added, a lot of more interest to some of the graphical aspects. So let's see, and then also with that, I also added the video that I did for the Project 6 project, and I thought that was, a good video to add because it's made a lot of sense with the project and with the topic itself. So I just thought that, it was another good piece of content to add, since it really just made sense, and it talked about certain, made it more relevant to not just young people as a whole, but to college students here on this campus. So I think that made it a little more, it's more relevant, and it was more specific to a specific target audience of young people among students. And I thought that was just more good content to add depth to the project. So in general, I thought this is a good way. I think the project was pretty effective. I wish I covered more on specific students, so maybe a photo story would have been good. But when I did do a photo story, the photos I didn't think were very effective, so maybe, in the future I could have experimented with different ways to specifically show more people on this campus, say. So along with that, maybe more experts, maybe a political science professor. Would have been good to get some, maybe a Q&A with them. So in general, I think this is a pretty effective assignment, I thought. The website was pretty strong in it, graphically, and just showed a lot of stuff and a lot of interest, but I also think there was certain ways that I could have, been more effective, did more interactive stuff. Because one of the interactive stuff I did was like a survey, but in general I thought I could have done more interactive, some more interactivity and just made a little bit more content. But in general I thought it was a pretty strong assignment, so yeah, and I hope you enjoy.